57 under the title is City Stadium. We are at Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Today we hit Week 10, and we've got a good one in store between the Denver Broncos and the Green Bay Packers. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. From just inside the 20, a short kick. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. It's Wilson. Eluding, and a big loss here as he's taken down. Rashawn Gary in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
It may be cliche, but it is something that holds up over time, doesn't it? If you're the visitors, you don't want to let the crowd in the game early.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they did there. But you said also this defense, they're going to give them a lot of looks like we just saw there, aren't they?
They certainly are. They're a proud unit, and they're going to ride the momentum of this crowd with them. And that's why they got after them early.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Well, certainly not the start they were looking for here as they come up on a 3rd and 14. Now Wilson. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Tariq Carpenter. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. It's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions, can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Again, it's Jones. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. On play action, now Rodgers. He's got Watson. It's caught. Touchdown, Packers. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Packers take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Zuerlein good with a PAT. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 23 yards, the final tally. Here's Wilson. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack. So still 14 yards to go, second down. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson. He's got his tight end. It's Albert Okwuegbunam. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 31-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. On first down, Wilson. That's out to the flat for Edmonds. And it's a fumble. And the Packers pick it up. There he goes, right side. Trotty. And he will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Green Bay touchdown. Backbreaker, that'll drive the coach, the offensive coordinator, just crazy. You get it all the way down there in the red zone, can't capitalize. Instead, they go the other way on the fumble return for a touchdown.
How about the aggressiveness of the defense, though? They're not about to just fall on a fumble, are they? Scoop and score is their motto, and they just did it.
Fields it right around the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest. You get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
From the 29, Wilson. He's got his receiver, Cooper. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards there, a first down. Wilson. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. Well, this defense for the Packers, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
This defense certainly has a lot to be proud of coming off of last week's game, because when you only give up 14 points in a contest, you give your team a great chance to win. The best defense in the league is usually going to average giving up 18, 19 points a game. So to be under that, a terrific achievement.
Play action. Now Wilson. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Good coverage on the outside, and I think that's where he wanted to check that down to. But once he saw the danger over there, he just threw that one over everyone's head. Smart play.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Here's Wilson to throw. To the left side and complete for Amari Cooper. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That's a third down conversion to 24 yards there. Nice play.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They've needed something good to happen.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Chase Edmonds, his third rushing touchdown of the year. And the Broncos are back within a score. The PAT good. It would draw him closer, but hold on just a second. A flag is down on the field. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And not a good return here at all, as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, take 26.
Now a play fake. Rodgers. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. Well, their first sack of the game, and it doesn't come from a usual suspect, not somebody up front, but Charles, a defensive back getting in there.
And I can tell you from experience, he's beyond excited to make that play, because you're exactly right. Is it normal to call his number to run at the quarterback like that? Usually you're defending the pass, but he takes full advantage and dumps him to the turf.
Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Now it's Rodgers. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Partner, we've got ourselves a ball game, and those guys on defense, they came to play. Slipped up on their first series, but they're definitely settling in now and letting it be known that points won't come so easy again.
And returning it, here's Hamler. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Multiple defenders in there to bring him down as this quarter comes to an end. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. They go play action now. Wilson. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Thus far, they've been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on third and long. To throw is Wilson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. A few things better than a big man interception. You can always tell right when they get the football, there's that level of excitement and nervousness, and also like, what the heck do I do with this thing?
And you say, no better sight? Well, not for the quarterback to just throw it. It's bad enough to throw a pick, but to throw one to the big guy? But you're right about that. Now what do I do with it? But what's fun about it is you know they're going to be in the film room after this ball game, tell all their teammates, maybe I should shift over to offense. I've got skills. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely. I always find myself cheering for them after they intercept it. Unfortunately here, he couldn't make it into the end zone. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now a run straight ahead with Edmonds. And he's got this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Packers' 14. They go play action with Wilson. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Albert Okwuegbunam, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Broncos are an extra point away from taking the lead. Extra point by Seibert up and good. And with it, his guys take the lead here by a point. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. From way up at the 23. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford.
And he fires one that's intercepted. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football.
Well, those for them all season, but never quite as much as they have in these last few minutes. Let's count it up now. A pair of picks on his team's last 2 drives and double-digit interceptions this season. I don't care if you're the best in the game or an undrafted rookie. You've got to take better care of the football or you're going to cost your team chances.
After the interception, here's Wilson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Rashawn Gary. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson. This is caught inside the 15. A huge play there for Denver. 42 yards. Pretty good timing. He waited just enough for that post play to develop and laid it right in there.
And you know what a lot of teams do when they decide to throw a post route? Because it's a little bit longer developing play. They max protect. Bring everyone in, keep the tight end in, an extra back to make sure the quarterback has time to deliver the football.
Now it's Wilson. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Quay Walker came through to make the sack. Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
On 2nd and goal, Wilson toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. That time he was looking for Jerry Jeudy, but now it's 3rd and goal.
That was well defended. They clamped down on every available receiver. Just got to give the win to the defense on that snap.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. From the gun, it's Wilson. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And the Packers are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Out of the backfield, this is Aaron Jones. And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll make it 2nd down. A good way there to have him bounce back from the interception last drive. Something underneath, a little bit of rhythm going.
I know the best ones in the league have supreme confidence, but every now and then you need a little booster, don't you? This is their way of protecting him and bringing him back, and then they'll turn him loose later, I would think.
Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. 2 yards that time. A stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. 8 yards to go on 2nd down. Rodgers tapping this forward on the jet sweep. Heck of a broken tackle, but only able to work this down near the 23. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. throwing is Rodgers on third down. And that is incomplete.
Continued struggles here in the second quarter, and to me, you can pin a lot of them on an inability to convert third downs. Add that most recent incompletion to the list of examples.
Zuerlein's kick is up and through, and they have regained the lead. Well, they got the turnover and were able to drive it down, Charles, but ultimately in the end, the defense holds up, and they only come away with the 3 points.
Yeah, they gave up a lot of ground, but when they had to, they settled in and prevented the interception from leading to 6 points. Because you never want to see turnovers turn into any type of points against you, but better to give up 3 than 6.
And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Now Wilson on first down. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Broncos will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the lead is up to 5. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. It's a short kick taken out beyond the 20. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. With his slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Rodgers. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Caden Stearns. An unfortunate sequence there. Try to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Broncos will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not much on this one. Takes it from the 21. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game? That's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. He's going to rifle one deep left side. It's caught at the 10. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Zuerlein's kick is up and through, and that will do it for this first half. So we come upon halftime with the visiting Broncos taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Packers set to get the football first, and they are trailing on the scoreboard as we resume action, ready for the third quarter. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number.
He's got a man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. Tough one there. First drive of the third quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Flushed out right. And he wisely will throw that one away. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. A huge play there for Denver. 45 yards. You normally talk about the mobility and the accuracy first, but the arm strength, that's what can turn Russ into danger Russ.
And he made that look effortless, didn't he? I mean, he's had a great game throwing the football. This is going to add to his yardage total in a big way. It's one thing to be accurate on your short and intermediate throws, but when you're hitting the bombs like those, look out.
Yeah, and you see the final number there on how far that ball traveled. Pretty impressive. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I like what they tried to do there. They didn't get a completed pass downfield, but they came off of a momentum play. Big-time gain on the previous snap, came right back and threw one deep, hoping to catch them on their heels.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Wilson. He'll get this underneath to Edmonds. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
Defense was expecting run, and they're dealt a pass of over 15 yards. Again, Wilson. And this is taken in by Hamler for a Bronco touchdown. Russell Wilson now with 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon as his guys are able to extend their lead. Wilson going to throw for it. And he's going to be taken down. It's a sack, and they fail on the try for 2. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And not much on this one. Takes it from the 21. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. As this offense takes the field against CD. Remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you had told me this coming into the ballgame, Packer pressure, and down he goes. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ballgame. Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
To try again after the sack. Wilson. That's complete. It's Okuwebunam. It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. From the shotgun, Wilson. He'll go up top here for Hamler. And he's got it inside the 10. And all the way home for a Broncos score. KJ Hamler with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Broncos take a 3-touchdown lead. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. It's a short kick taken out beyond the 20. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. At their own 31-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They'll go again to Jones. They find some open field here. And he's taken down, but not before he gets to the Broncos' 25-yard line. 51 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. He had been held in check. Now he breaks that big run. Shows the explosiveness we all knew was there.
All right, tell the truth now. You knew it was just a matter of time, didn't you? We've seen this so many times from him. Hold him down, and then breaks it.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Michael Ojemudia. And the Broncos are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores. But, yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And, look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that in.
And he'll go down in the end zone. Down goes Wilson. It's a safety.
The goal here is about getting any kind of positive yardage in this spot because you don't care who, you don't care how. You just want to try and buy a little space and get away from your own end zone. But in this spot, the defense was all over that play and equally motivated to stick them with a safety.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll be brought down at the 27. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. To throw is Rodgers. He's got Watson. It's caught. Touchdown, Packers. A great effort there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Packers are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter.
Well, if you've got him in your fantasy league, you like his production, his 2nd touchdown of the game. But right now, his team is trailing. Fortunately, he's playing pretty well and trying to keep him in it.
Yeah, they might need a little more from him here.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they continue to call his number. Right now, he needs his defense to step up and give him a chance.
Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this 3rd quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Zuerlein out now to kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore.
And this will be caught at the 30. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Hey, 0-0.
On first down, Wilson. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick six territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the third row.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. This is caught. Touchdown. Amari Cooper with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Broncos are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. They'll look to throw. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete.
As we prepared for these games, we've noticed offensive coordinators have had an expanded playbook on 2-point conversion tries because they never know when they may have to use it during a game.
But that also means the defense probably has more for these situations too, right?
No doubt about it. I think for the most part, defenses will be aggressive on 2-point tries. They want to get after the offense and make them force the issue.
And here the defense wins.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. This has been frustrating for them to this point. They have not looked the same as they did coming in, riding that impressive 6-game win streak. He's got a man, complete. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Now whistles here, flag down. I think one of the Packer linemen was moving.
First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Rodgers tapping this forward on the jet sweep. He will push his way down to about the 14.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
On 2nd and 12, Rodgers. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Christian Watson. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Packers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Zuerlein good with a PAT. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away.
And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. What was once a really comfortable lead is not so comfortable anymore. Down to a 2-score game after they've seen a pair of touchdowns go against them on those last 2 drives.
Yeah, they've got to find a way to get off of autopilot right now.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football.
Now with that interception, you feel like we got a ball game again. Remember, 2-score contest and still time left here in the fourth.
And in the old days, not too long gone either. Throwing the ball here would have been an absolute no-no, but the way the game's played now, throwing it makes sense. You just have to be careful when you put it in the air.
Rodgers now on first down.
And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball. He could not hang on. Second down coming up.
Throwing is Rodgers. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line.
Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to it.
I remember throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The offense on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. Now Rodgers. Man open, here is Jones.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
26.
Now Rodgers, gotta have this one. And my goodness, another interception.
Mike Edwards picks it off.
The 40. The 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Here's Seibert now to add the extra point. And that one makes this a 19-point game.
Makes the score Broncos 54, Packers 35.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Pulls it in at the 13.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 32-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the...
And now here's another interception.
Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7.
Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Devontae Wyatt
just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Now Wilson back into his end zone. Then his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Packers are going to take possession of the football.
When you're on your own 1-yard line like they were, oftentimes you're thinking just run on any down, get get some space there. They elect to throw it. It cost them.
You get the sense that they were banking on the element of surprise, right? Everyone expects you to run it there. Let's take a shot. Let's throw it. Try and create some space, some room. And it went awry, didn't it?
Rodgers going to try and run.
And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers keeping it himself from 8 yards out.
And the Packers take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points.
Zuerlein connects on the extra point. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Well, don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a 2-score game. The interception that led to a touchdown. You'd have to think they're a little more careful here if they do indeed try to throw the football.
Yeah, and I was a little surprised by the last throw. You know, that type of throw in this type of a game, I'm going to be very careful about it. Maybe the only throw you make is maybe a toss to your halfback or something like that. Otherwise, take care of the thing and finish this bad boy off.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson.
This is Hamler on the receiving end.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Oh, Wilson going to throw. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Throwing is Wilson. And this is thrown to the sideline. No receiver in the area, though, and that's going to bring out a flag.
We saw it, too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you've got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose it down on the grounding call. They go play action with Wilson. He's got him in, complete. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's 4th down.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for them.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. He's got him in, complete. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Amari Cooper, 55 yards.
And the Broncos have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter.
Extra point by Seibert up and good. And that will make this a 19-point game. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off.
Pulls it in at the 13. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here this way.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the Broncos, they keep pace for a playoff spot as they move to 7-3. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Packers, the loss will drop them to 6-3 now on the year. And they'll get a home date next week against the Minnesota Vikings.
Whenever I touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. 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 I hope y'all can nest double E, cause I need your eyes on me. Cause once I get my feet in this end zone, no one can STOP. Can I make a scene like a movie, feeling big, keep it juicy, before we start